Hello and welcome guys, and welcome to this session. And yes, this session is exclusively for all the CMA foundation students whose exams have recently ended. So yes guys, you are done with your exams now. Yes, you have really worked hard for past 6 months or so for the CMA foundation examination, and I have got reviews from most of you that the exams were really easy. Most of the exams were easy. They came from the MCQs which were issued, so they were quite simple, quite straightforward, and quite easy. Of course, there's always a mixed lot, there's always a mixed reaction of students. Some students would always say, sir, maths ka paper was very difficult, sir, law questions were a little tricky. Some students will always say that, but nonetheless, the exams are over now, and yes, this is the time for all of you to relax, to rejuvenate, to give yourself a breather, and not to think about studies for some while, for at least some few days. Should not think of studies and should not think of studying. Just relax and yes, eagerly wait for your results. Sir, what is the expected date when the results will be out? So guys, the expected date when the results will be out is before January end. So most likely the results will be out before January end. So yes, within this month itself, you can expect your results to be there, to be out. So sir, now the big question is, which is boggling on our mind, and we have seen the thumbnail as well. What next? So what should we do next? Now first, next 1 month, what should we do? Of course guys, for next 1 month, you need to relax, you need to chillax, you need to catch up on the television series which you have not seen for such a long time. You have to catch up with your friends, you have to catch up with your relatives and family which you have not seen for past 6 months or so. So quite a bit of catching up piled up for you. So yes, the first and foremost thing that you should do is catch up with the sacrifices, with the things that you've not been able to do for past 6 months. Catch up is the most important thing that is expected out of you in next coming days for at least 1 month, which is till January end, up till when the results will be out for CMA foundation. So sir, okay, we are actually doing that. What else can we do? What should be our future strategy? How can we, at least think about intermediate? Why do you have to think about intermediate? No, you don't have to think about intermediate. You don't have to, start studying again or think about studying again. You shouldn't do that. But yes, guys, I think we should do one very important thing. So yes, we are almost sure that we are going to start a new relationship with CMA intermediate. And trust me on that, CMA foundation was tip of the iceberg. The entire iceberg is now in front of you, in form of the much coveted CMA intermediate. So yes, I'm not asking you to study. I'm not asking you to open your books again. I'm not asking you to start taking coaching and start taking your classes or etc. again. I'm not asking you to do that, but just communicate with your new relationship, with a new person in your life, which is CMA intermediate. Sir, what do you mean by communicate? What do you mean by have a relationship, have a communication, have a word, have a tete, have a conversation, have a guftagu with CMA intermediate? What do you mean by that? Guys, I mean, just get acquainted with the subjects of intermediate. Just get to know what subjects do you have to study in your intermediate syllabus. I'm not asking you to study those syllabus. I'm not asking you to start studying those books, no, but I'm asking you to communicate with them. Just know, just be aware what are the subjects which are there in your CMA intermediate which you need to study now onwards. And yes, in this video, by the end of the video, I'll introduce you to your newfound love, CMA intermediate. I will introduce you to all the subjects of CMA intermediate. But as of now, let me first of all tell you how to communicate, how to converse with CMA intermediate. And guys, rest assured, I'm not asking you to carry on this conversation for 8 hours or 7 hours a day. Just take out 1 hour, 2 hour, or maximum 3 hours a day to start this conversation. Because conversation would lead to good results, rather great results. So just pull out 1 hour, 2 hours, or maximum 3 hours in every day. Of course, the first priority is catching up. catching up with your relatives, catching up with your friends, catching up with your Netflix series which you have missed in past 6 months. Of course, that is the foremost focus, but just pull out 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day and just get to know your subjects. Just know what is the flavor of those subjects. Just know which subjects are theoretical, which subjects are practical. If they are theoretical, then what is the course content of that subject? What do you have to study in that subject? How much is the percentage? What is the weightage, etc., etc. Just get a broad overview so that when you get your foundation results at that point in time, you are not absolutely unaware about anything. And you can quickly start your preparations for CMA Intermediate. So yes, catching up is definitely an essential point and a priority, but along with catching up, let's start communicating with our CMA Intermediate subjects as well. And for this communication, for this seamless communication, the first and foremost source that I can tell you, so I've written certain sources which are there for communication. So sources of gaining knowledge of CMA Intermediate, first of all, study material. So yes, by the end of this video, I will be dwelling upon the subjects which are there in your intermediate. So I'll give a brief introduction of these subjects also. But from where should you get this details? Guys, you can download the study material which is available on the website of the institute, and those study material contains the details of these subjects. So, you know, just open the index of these subjects and just read the chapters. What kind of chapters are there? What kind of content is there? What kind of syllabus is there? Just get acquainted to these things. Just get an awareness about these things. That's it. So the first and foremost way to know about the your intermediate syllabus, to get to know about the new person in your life, is study material of the institute. Second way is to scroll through certain YouTube videos. So guys, many YouTubers, many teachers, many faculties have made plethora of videos on certain subjects which they specialize in. For example, I teach direct access to CMA Intermediate. So on my YouTube channel, there's a separate playlist for direct taxation. Just go over there, just scroll through those videos. No need to understand them or try to study them, but just to get the flavor of it, just go through some of the videos in your free time. So YouTube is one of the most important ways to know about your subjects, know about the content of your syllabus, know about what future entails for you. To know about all these things, YouTube videos will definitely form an integral part. And third way, and I think a very, very, very crucial way to know about your syllabus is, guys, I have created a Google Drive. In that Google Drive, I have uploaded the video lectures of first chapter of direct taxation, both in English as well as in Hindi language, on the Google Drive. I've also uploaded PDF of the course content on that Google Drive. So just download those videos on your laptop or on your mobile phone and just watch those videos. And there are notes also. If you feel like, just like reading novel, you just feel enthralled while reading novels. Similarly, just like you are casually reading some stuff, just go through those notes and you will be aware about direct taxes. What is direct tax? What if you are studying direct tax for the first time, then what would it entail? Because I've uploaded the basic concept chapter, you will be able to understand it from the scratch. Yes, it is absolutely free of cost, both in Hindi as well as in English language. You can download the videos of first chapter, and I'll be uploading the second chapter very, very soon. Residential status also I'll be uploading. So you can catch hold of the Google Drive link. The link is given in the description box. Just click on that link and go on that Google Drive. Download the videos of direct taxation, first, second chapter. Absolutely free of cost. There's no charges. There are no hidden asterisks attached to it. Just go through DT videos and see what DT will hold for you. What is DT subject? As a subject, what is DT? And I've also requested my faculty members of financial accounting, law and ethics, and costing to upload the first chapter of their respective subjects as well. So maybe in a couple of days, you'll be seeing on that same folder itself, you'll be seeing videos of financial accounting, costing, and law being uploaded over there. Again, no, I'm not asking you to study. Do not study. Please do not study. I'm not asking you to start studying again. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm just asking you to get yourself acquainted, get yourself well versed, and converse with the subjects which you'll be dealing with in your intermediate. Just get yourself acquainted with those subjects. That's all. That is all what I'm expecting for. That is my expectation. That's it. And that too only and only for 2 hours or 3 hours a day. Or maybe 1 hour, okay? If you don't have 2 hours, 3 hours, don't go for 2 hours, 3 hours. Only 1 hour a day. That's it. Do not employ more time. So yes, the Google Drive link is there in the description box. Please download the videos over there and start watching direct tax. Please get introduced to direct tax. What is direct tax? What are the basic elements of direct tax? What are the basic definitions of direct tax? All those videos are available absolutely free of course on the Google Drive link given in the description box. Please start watching those videos for a few hours of a day, and yes, you will find yourself abridged with the entire syllabus, updated with the entire syllabus when the result come, and that point in time you will not spend any time in getting yourself acquainted with the subject, and directly you can jump on to studying the subject and start studying the subject. So yes, before we move any further, let me tell you the fees which you require to submit for your intermediate is 23,100. Installment option for this fees is also available there in the prospectus of 2021. Latest prospectus is there on the website of the institute. I will upload this prospectus on the Google Drive link. The Google Drive link which is given in the description box will have the prospectus as well. I'll upload the prospectus over there also. So installment plan will be given over there. Please watch out for the installment plan as well if you want to pay in installments, and if you want to pay one time, then for both groups 23,100 is the fees. Now the registration dates, these are very, very important. Once you qualify your foundation, then you need to get yourself registered to intermediate. So if you get yourself registered by 31st January, then you are eligible to give your June attempt. June attempt means June 2022. June 2022. So if the results come before January, which we are expecting, and if you get yourself registered within 31st of January in intermediate examination, then you are eligible to give the June 2022 examination. So guys, please note, time is also less, right? Time is also less. I would definitely want you to give at least one group in June if you are eligible to give one group in June, right? So as we are expecting that the results will be out by January end. And yes, for intermediate students, some extension is also given. Extension of say 7 or 10 days is also given for getting yourself registered. So the last date for registering for June attempt will be say 10th of February. So watch out for this date, guys, very, very carefully. Soon as your result of CMA Foundation is out, just focus on this registration date and get yourself registered at the earliest. And yes, you should definitely give the nearest attempt which you are eligible for. If you are eligible for June, then you should give your attempt in June. If you are eligible for December, then you give your attempt in December. Once the result is out, only then we'll be able to figure out which attempt are you eligible for. Based on the results, we'll be able to decide that. But yes, officially, as per the prospectus, the last date for registering for June term is 31st January, which means if in this month we get CMA Foundation result, then those students will be eligible to be registered in June 2022 attempt for CMA Intermediate. At least one group you can give. I know it is difficult to prepare both the groups. It might be a little challenging, but at least one group you can give in June 2022 attempt if it happens. We'll wait and watch for the result and the subsequent notification by the institute. All right. So guys, here I introduce you to the new person, to the new person who's about to enter your life and is going to make your life little more rocking, little more exhilarating, little more exciting. So this person is going to really make your life upside down. It will really challenge you to the biggest extent. Your mind will be challenged to the biggest extent, because trust me guys, CMA Intermediate is 5 times, at least 5 times as compared to CMA Foundation. So this is the next big challenge in front of you. This is the next big thing in front of you. So let me introduce you with pride and privilege to the syllabus 2016 of CMA Intermediate. Now before I start discussing the subjects, let me tell you one very important information guys. Syllabus 2016 is going to be changed soon. Now how soon? We are not aware about it, but by this year end itself, 2022 year end itself, there might be a change in the syllabus. But it won't impact you. Please don't get carried away by the information which is floating in the market that syllabus will be changed, let us get registered in the new syllabus. Don't get carried away by those information. It won't affect you, because even if the syllabus is changed in 2022, you will be given sufficient number of attempts to give your examination in the old attempt. So don't worry about that. Get yourself registered in syllabus 2016 only. If by your result date the new syllabus is not launched, then get yourself registered in syllabus 2016 only. If by any chance, within next a couple of weeks the new syllabus is launched, then it's a very good opportunity for you. Get yourself registered in the new syllabus. Then of course you will not be given an opportunity, you will not be given an option. You will have to get yourself registered in the new syllabus itself. But don't hesitate in registering yourself in the old syllabus, which is syllabus 2016, which is the existing syllabus. All right. So guys, the intermediate, CMA intermediate is divided into two groups. Group 1 containing paper number 5, 6, 7, 8. Group 2 containing paper number 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me tell you, where are paper 1 and 4 gone? 1 to 4. Where are paper 1 to 4? Why is it starting from paper 5? Because guys, your paper number 1 to 4 is your intermediate paper, which you've just, your foundation paper, which you've just given. So 1 to 4, paper number 1 to 4 is referred to as the foundation papers which you've just given. And hence, the intermediate syllabus starts from paper number 5. So paper number 5 is the first paper, 5, 6, 7, 8, group 1, 9, 10, 11, 12, group 2. Now, how do you clear these groups, right? You need to attain 40 marks in the individual papers, and you need to attain 50 marks in aggregate. So what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is, so individually, to clear paper number 5, you need 40 marks. To clear paper number 6, you need 40 marks. To clear paper number 7, you need 40 marks. To clear paper number 8, you need 40 marks. If you attain 40 marks, so individually you qualify for all the papers. But if you get exact 40, 40, 40, 40, then you do not qualify the group and you have to give all the subjects again. Why is that, sir? That is because the aggregate of all these papers should at least be 50%. So individually the marks which are required is 40, 40, 40, 40. Individually it should be 40, but in aggregate it should be 50%, which means at least for few of the subjects, say this subject and this subject, you need to score 60, 60. Even if you score 50, 50, 50, 50 in all four, then also you qualify your group. So there are dual requirements for qualifying the intermediate group 1. What are those requirements? Requirement number 1, individually you should have 40% or more marks in individual subjects. And in aggregate, all the 4 subjects should hold at least 50 marks. That is the dual requirement which is there to qualify CMA intermediate examination. Similarly guys, to clear CMA intermediate group 2, you need to again score 40, 40, 40, 40 individually, and in aggregate you need to score 50 percentage marks. So in effect, what can I say is, individually you need to score 50, 50, 50, 50. So 50, 50 you need to score individually to qualify your group. So aggregate what is required is 50%, individual subjects required is 40%. So suppose the aggregate which is made, your aggregate marks of group 1 is say 60%, but in law and ethics you have scored 35. Aggregate is 60%, but in law and ethics you have scored 35. In that case guys, you do not qualify the group. Yes, financial accounting might be qualified, direct taxation might be qualified, cost accounting might be qualified, but you do not qualify the entire group. Your entire group will not be said as qualified. So you need to give all the papers again. You need to give all the papers again, barring those papers where you have scored 60 plus marks. So 60 is the exemption. 60 is the marks where you get exemptions of individual subjects. So if you score 60 in financial accounting, you need not give it again. The marks will be carried forward in the subsequent attempt. So to qualify the entire group, you need to score 50% in aggregate, 40 marks individually in all of the 4 subjects to qualify the entire group. If you do not qualify even one subject, then your entire group fails, goes for a toss. You need to give the group again. But if you score 60 plus in any of the subjects, then you get exemption in that subject, and that subject you need not give in the next attempt. That is how you need to clear the CMA intermediate. A little bit complicated as compared to CMA foundation. Yes, little bit complicated, but of course CMA intermediate deserves that kind of complication. All right, next is course content, guys. So the first subject is paper number 5, which is your financial accounting. And yes, accounting we are well versed with. We've been studying accounting since our school days. So financial accounting or accounting is something which we are well versed with. But yes, of course, since at the intermediate level, it will contain a bit of high level of accounting. Concepts will be a little bit of higher level of accounting, and that is how accounting course is framed. It is for 100 marks, and of course more so a little bit of practical subject. More practical is involved in this particular subject. Second is law and ethics, and yes, you've studied law and ethics in your intermediate as well, but this law and ethics will comprise of several sections, and yes, a lot in detail as compared to what you have studied in your foundation. First section is commercial laws, which is approximately 30%, and guys, this 30% is just tentative. It is not confirmed. So commercial laws may come for 35 or 40 marks also. Okay, so this is just a tentative bifurcation of marks. Industrial law 25%, corporate law 35%, ethics 10%. Okay, commercial law, which relates to the commerce side of the business, like contract, how is contract made, sales of good, how goods are sold and purchased. So that is the essential ingredient of commercial law. Then industrial law, Factories Act, how would a factory operate, right? PF, gratuity, how would all those employee benefits be operated in a factory or a commercial establishment like an industry. So all those industrial laws are there. Then third is corporate law, which is the Companies Act, mother of all act in the country. Companies Act, which contains 35% of weightage. Then last is the ethics, which is 10% of a humble weightage is there. Just like your foundation also, ethics is business ethics. How would you do your business ethically? That is what is business ethics. Then we come on to group 2, guys. Group 2, we have 4 subjects, OM, SM, and yes, you can give both the groups separately. You can also give both the groups together. Both options are there. Both the groups can be given together as well. As both the groups can be given separately in separate attempts. Okay, next subject is OMSM, operational management, and 70% is the score of operations management, and strategic management is 30% of the syllabus. So guys, operation management is particularly a practical subject, and yes, I forgot to tell you that, guys, law and ethics is a bit of theory, but yes, understanding of law is very much required in law and ethics as well. And yes, the next topic of group 1, which I skipped, is direct taxation. Yes, you might have studied direct taxation in your graduation, but yes, for many of you, direct taxation might be a new subject. So yes, direct taxation means income tax, which you pay to Government of India, which you pay on behalf of earning income, salary income, PGBP income, house property income. You pay your taxes. That is the subject which is direct taxation. And again, primarily a practical subject, but yes, a bit of theory as well. Then the last paper of group 1 is cost accounting, and guys, you have studied cost accounting in your foundation as well. You studied a basic level, a very preliminary level of cost accounting in your foundation as well, but this level is definitely not basic. It is a very high advanced version of cost accounting, so that will form the core of your group 1 papers. Yes, again, more so of a practical subject, right? More so of a practical subject with some sprinkling of theory here and there, but primarily a practical subject. So yes, law and ethics is completely theoretical subject which with understanding of law. Of course, understanding of law is very much required in law and ethics. Direct taxation, again, more practical, less of theory. Cost accounting, more of practical. Financial accounting, more of practical. So these are the 4 subjects of your intermediate. And yes, please go to the link which is given in the description box along with this video. Just download the videos of these 4 subjects from the Google Drive, and you can just in your free time just casually watch those videos. Then I would come to group 2. Group 2, first of all, consists of operations management and strategic management. Guys, strategic management is an absolute theory subject where you need to be well versed with the strategy, how a business strategy is formed, how to earn profits, what are the strategies to earn profits, etc., etc. How strategically a business should be run. So this is more so of a theory. Operations management is a practical subject. So operation management will teach you how to, using some techniques, how to ensure that your production is streamlined, ensure that your production cycle is smooth, ensure that your raw material consumption, etc., and the production process all are in a streamlined way. How to make decisions, how to make decision regarding a production process, etc. All these things will be there in operations management subject. And yes, operations management is a practical subject, SM is a theory subject. Now let's come on to the next cost accounting subject. And yes, this cost accounting is divided into two parts: cost accounting and financial management. Cost accounting is an extension of cost accounting of group 1. In group 1 also we had studied cost accounting, but this is an extension of cost accounting of group 1, and a absolutely new subject, which is financial management, is there in this particular subject along with cost management accounting. 50% cost accounting, financial management 50%. That is the bifurcation, 50-50 marks. These two subjects are there. And guys, trust me on this part, this subject will definitely recur in your final for 100 marks each. Costing is for 100 marks. Financial management is of 100 marks. So this is a very, very important subject of intermediate course. Please give adequate attention to this subject. Again, guys, I would say this to all, all these subjects will come in your final in a big way. Like in foundation, you have studied maths. Maths will never come again, will never come back again. But these subjects will definitely come back again in your final examination. So study it in a manner that you don't have to just one time study it and clear it and get lost. No. Study it in a manner that you have to again study these subjects in your final at a very large level. So cost and management accounting, again practical subject, more of practical, very less of theory. Indirect taxation would involve two sections. One is GST, which will be approximately 80%. Customs is approximately 20%. Again, I reiterate, these are just indicative. These might change. What is GST? GST is goods and services tax, which is there on the goods which you purchase. So, you go to a shop and say that I want to purchase this thing. He always tells you that 18% GST will be extra, right? So this is GST, the very recent amendment in law, very recent introduction in law, but a very effective one, which has been adopted by many countries of the world. GST. And customs is when you import and export goods. At that point in time, there's some custom duty which is levied on you for import of goods and export of goods. So, custom duty will relate to all those activities which you do with other country, and whatever taxes are levied while you are transferring your goods from the port, right? That is custom duty. Then the last subject, but of course not least, company accounts and audit. So guys, accounts have been divided into two parts: company accounts and financial accounts, which was there in group 1. So company accounts would cater to only the company related aspect of accounting. So, companies are eligible to issue shares. A firm, partnership firm, is not allowed to issue shares. A proprietorship firm is not allowed to issue shares. So how would shares be accounted for? It will be given in company accounts. How would some specific things which are specific to the company, how can they be accounted for? It will be part of company accounts, not financial account. Financial accounts are accounts which are general accounts, right? This is a specific type of accounts which is related to only and only companies. Companies are the organization which are registered under Companies Act. So company's account is a specific nature of a subject. Again, 50 marks. And the last subject of your group 4, audit. Audit is again related to how to check, how to verify, how to scrutinize the books of accounts. If the books of accounts are prepared, how do we check them? What are the methods that we can find out any fraud, if any fraud is happening? If any mistake is there in the financial accounts, how can we find that out? So all these things will be given in the audit paper. That is how you learn audit. So again, audit is a pure theoretical paper. Company accounts is a practical paper. IDT is a mixture of theory and practical, because first you understand theory and then you apply it in the practical questions. So mix of practical and theory, just like direct taxation. Direct taxation and IDT have got the similar flavor to it. You will first read the sections and then you will apply them in your practical questions, in your practical sums. That is how these two subjects will be there. Now, so please tell us, is it mandatory to take coaching of all the subjects? Let me tell you. it is not mandatory to take the coaching of even one subject. I can give you plethora of instances, including the ones which is highlighted in the I button above. I can give you plethora of instances where people have qualified not only their CMA intermediate but also their CMA final without any coaching. I myself have qualified CA finals, many subjects without any coaching. So this is a myth in minds of the students that coaching is necessary to qualify your examination. No, absolutely not. The only benefit which coaching extends to a particular student is that student's own time is conserved, is reserved, is saved. So if the student will take, say, 2 hours to understand a particular concept, the teacher teaching that particular concept will teach that particular concept in 1.5 hours. So half hour is saved by the student. The understanding will be the same. Student will also be able to understand in the similar fashion as the teacher is teaching. And guys, the best part in today's revolutionary world where social media has revolutionized the way we are doing things, the best part is for each and every subject, almost each and every concept, there is a video on YouTube. So yes, if you belong to a financially humble family and you do not want to take coaching, for any other reason, if you don't want to take any coaching, it's perfectly all right. Trust me, it's okay to not to take coaching. Still you can clear your examination. Doesn't matter. But those students who want to take coaching, and yes, they feel that their confidence will be enhanced by taking coaching, and knowledge and experience of the teacher will be shared with them, which will benefit them in long run. If you want to take coaching, then you can choose which subjects coaching do you want to take. Sir, what if we don't want to take any one subject's coaching? That's absolutely up to you. This is the reason exactly why I want you to converse with your subject now and don't wait for the result to come. This is exactly why. Now I want you to prepare a framework in your mind. I want you to prepare a framework in your mind where you decide which subjects coaching do you want to take. I want you to prepare that framework in next 15 days or 20 days, whenever by when your result is coming to be there. I want you to prepare a framework. I want you to prepare a mindset. I want to prepare a kind of a dialogue with you with these subjects to decide which subjects coaching do you want, which subjects coaching do you want. So you tell us which subject coaching should we take, which subject coaching should we not take. Guys, over here, I keep my pen down. To each his own. I might want to take coaching of direct taxation. You might not want to take coaching of direct taxation. I might want to take coaching of law and ethics. You might not want to take coaching of law and ethics. Absolutely an individual's choice. And how would you know which subject do you want to take coaching of? You will know by interacting with these subjects. Guys, do not just ignore this video and do not just now after watching this video just remain silent. Guys, interact with all of these. Interact with them. Get to know them. And then you realize that which subjects coaching do you want, which subjects coaching do you not want to take. You will realize that after interacting with these subjects. Okay, I'll tell you my way of doing things when I was in my studying time, how I used to look at it. And I may be absolutely wrong from your perspective, guys. I used to choose subjects which are pure theory. And I used to avoid taking coaching of the subjects which are pure theory. So for example, if there's a subject called audit, and I know that this is 100% theoretical subject, where I just need to read the book and get my knowledge around these concepts, where I know there's nothing practical about this particular subject, I would not take coaching of audit. So my way of looking at things were that theoretical subjects, I am very confident that I'll be able to do them myself. So I will not take coaching of theoretical subjects. But guys, to each his own. You might have a different way of looking at it. So do not copy me. Do not copy my style. Just invent your own style. Just invent your own thinking, thought process. And that is what the next 1 month is for. Next 1 month is definitely for you to rejuvenate, definitely for you to make merry, definitely for you to be happy about your CMA foundation examination went well, definitely, but also to interact with all of these subjects. Get to know about these subjects, get to make a relationship with these subjects, get to love these subjects, and then decide when and how do you want to start with these subjects. So yes, that was my attempt to get you introduced, get you acquainted, get you to communicate with your newfound love, with the new person which is there in your life now onwards. And that is how I would definitely want you also to look at it. He's the new person or she's the new person who's there in front of you, which is going to occupy your mind most of the time in the coming 1 year. So yes, welcome in advance to CMA Intermediate. Please start your conversation, your guftagu, your tete-a-tete with the new subjects of CMA Intermediate. And yes, for your benefit, please go on to the Google Drive in the description box given below. Download the basic videos of Group 1 subjects and just think, just analyze, just watch those videos. Just like you watch Netflix, just watch those videos and just get acquainted with all these subjects. So yes, that's all for this particular session. That's all for this particular video. In the next couple of days, you'll be seeing a lot of happening with respect to Group 1 Intermediate on this particular channel. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon if you've not done it till now. And yes, we'll be meeting in our subsequent videos and we'll be meeting in our direct taxation related classes very, very soon. And I hope and pray that you get amazing result in your CMA Foundation examination. With that hope and pray, all the very best and happy studying.